Breaking news here this afternoon. The New England Patriots say they support Stefon Diggs as their star wide receiver faces strangulation and assault charges. I'm Kel Thompson, Boston 25, first to break this story today. Court documents show the incident happened on December 2nd. Diggs' lawyers just appeared in Dedham District Court over the phone. They are fighting to keep the police report from the public. They also say Diggs made a financial offer to the victim to resolve the dispute. They also say Diggs made a financial offer to the victim to resolve the dispute. They also say Diggs made a financial offer to the victim to resolve the dispute. The judge says she is taking it all under advisement and will make a decision shortly. We'll let you know when she does. Diggs is expected to be arraigned next month on January 23rd. That is 2 days before the AFC Championship game. In a statement just into the Boston 25 newsroom from the Patriots, they tell us the New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding Stefon Diggs. Stefon has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. We support Stefon. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Man, no. We're gonna leave it like that. No.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Oh, Stefon Diggs.
Why Diggs?
He's crazy. He's just outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say. Just don't know what to expect every day. So he couldn't date my sister.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
Least I should date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Because he's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents. Like, you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents, so therefore she can't date him.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I might add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
Well, nobody want me to date this, is it? I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
You feel differently about me?
Yeah.
They just don't know me well enough. That's what it is.
He attempted to have me unalived because of him making a sexual pass at me. It wasn't the sexual pass that frustrated me the most. What made me most frustrated was the fact that he tried to unalive me after it, when in reality, even though I was drugged, even though I was violated, I never thought that the next step would be my life being threatened because you got turned down. But it's that power complex of wanting what you want when you want it, feeling like you own the things that you pay.
You are now tuned in to the LaFlare Lounge with your host, IG-TheLaFlareLounge. Motherfucker.
You are watching a master at work.
IG-TheLaFlareLounge.
What up, YouTube? It's the Top G. And if you're not subscribed to the LaFlare Lounge, then you better tap in now.
What's happening, YouTube? It's your boy Big-JusLaFlare. Welcome to the LaFlare Lounge. Read it now. We are doing a quick update. If you need to know every little single part of this situation with Stefon Diggs and his chef and how it ended up with him having charges potentially pressed on him, then make sure you watch my previous video, then come back to this one. Now, this is an update, quick update about the situation, a little information that I did not realize when I made the previous video that I could add on to this. Text messages have surfaced between the chef and Stefon Diggs, as well as we got some new drama that's been added to today that has nothing to do with it. So let's get to it. Apparently, Stefon Diggs offered money to clear this situation up, which is so funny because had he just paid the woman her proper compensation, he would have never been in this situation. But when I'm reading these text messages and I'm looking at how they talking to each other, to me, in my personal opinion, I'm wondering if it was more than just a little bit of cooking going on. And hear me, wink, wink. Now, just to give full context, this chef is saying that after a disagreement about her compensation, Stefon Diggs choked her out. She almost blacked out. She had a hard time swallowing for days. I get it. Now she's saying that they had some type of agreement. I don't know if it was verbal, contractually, but they had an agreement. I don't know if she was fired or if it specifically was a situation where he didn't need her services for that particular week. But she was saying, I still need to be compensated for the time that you dismissed me because this was well within the obligations of what we discussed. He would disagree, altercation ensued. Text messages that she has and she's claiming as proof have surfaced online, so let's give it a read. Now the chef is the one to the right, and on the left side, that'll be Stefon. She said, you will be paying me out for the season and the money you said you would give me for my business. Wasted my effing time being here because you got a effing circus going on. I'm out of your life. He said, I won't be paying you ish. If I look like paying you and paying another chef, is you high, bitch? Why the F I gotta give you money for your business? And he says, I don't gotta do a MFing thing. And you can get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them come take the money. Then F you talking about. Show me I'm pussy. And then she said, hi, can you approve my pay with, and that's the end of this conversation. Now, there's a couple of things that I was sitting here looking at in these text messages, and it just came a little bit off, a little too personal for me. This didn't come off like this was a professional relationship. One, by the way they were talking to each other. They were talking to each other as if they just broke up, or maybe something that they had going on just ended. The way she demanded it, like, hey, you will be paying me out for this season and for the money for my business. Now, I'm not sure if she's talking about the business of her cooking for him on the daily or, pre-cooking his meals, however they had it. But she said, and my business. Now, I could be just interpreting this wrong, but maybe she had some other investment that was going on. Maybe he was triggered. I don't know. But I'm only saying that because she then says, you got a lot going on. This house is like a circus. And then she ends up saying, I'm out of your life. Now, if we have a business relationship, why would I say I'm out of your life? I'm not saying that she's wrong. She could just be saying that. She could be saying this place is a circus, it's unworkable, but I'm out of your life. But it does raise an eyebrow. And I'm talking like the people's eyebrow. When I see this, because I'm like, you paying for my business. This place is a circus. I'm out of your life. Man, that sounds like she possibly was serving more than some hot potatoes. She might have been serving up left cheek, right cheek, hot ass buns. So then he turns around and he responds and he says, I won't be paying you for a thing. What do I look like paying you for your business? I don't got to do a MFing thing. So I'm just looking at the way that he's responding. These look like, again, these are personal. Like they know each other on a very, very personal level. And I don't know if he promised to pay for something with her business, maybe out of the gratitude of his heart, maybe because he was slipping and sliding all in between those thighs. I'm not sure. But to me, I just feel like there needs to be a little bit more context. Were you guys doing the nasty? Or is this just the way that you guys do business? Then he basically invites her to bring whoever she wants to for the smoke to his house because you got the address. It is what it is. Ain't nobody finna do nothing to me, man. I'm Diggs. You hear me? And to me, this again just sounds like y'all know each other a little bit closer than what y'all are saying. Now I'm sitting here like, I wonder what was going on in this house behind the scenes. Because she's saying, hey, he choked me out off of a dispute, but it seemed like y'all must have been arguing about something a little bit deeper. This might have been a lover's quarrel under my suspicions. And that is the very exact reason why I showed y'all at the beginning that Stefon Diggs has a reputation, even amongst his teammates, for being a lover boy. We even heard about the story that one time on Valentine's where he had two women in the same hotel, one of them being Tay Heckert, from what I remember. he going back and forth. He gets end up being caught. You look at him now, he has 3-4 baby mamas this year. And according today to Tasha K, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, his girlfriend is her enemy. She owes Cardi B millions of dollars, allegedly. Tasha K breaks a story saying influencer IG-TheLaFlareLounge has officially filed a paternity lawsuit naming NFL wide receiver Stefon Diggs as the father of her unborn child. Court documents show LaPera is requesting DNA testing and full parental support, alleging she has irrefutable evidence to support her claims. As of now, Diggs has not publicly responded. Thoughts? And hey, man, I don't know how true this is, but all I know is if the woman is willing to already file for paternity and do the child support, she sounds to me like a confident woman. And when we look at his track history just in the last 365 days, not to mention, I think he had just had a baby before he met Cardi B. They both had a baby. Mind you, this is the one that they said was smashing Cardi B while she was pregnant. Now she's came back and said that wasn't true, but hell, man, I don't know, bro. That just don't sound right to me when I look at his character. Stefon Diggs is what you call an absolute douchebag. It looks to me like the only thing he's disciplined about is catching balls, and that's on the field, not with Chris Blake. Chris Blake Griffin. I don't know. Allegedly, he wanted to catch your ball. I don't know. All I'm saying is Cardi B done inserted herself into a everlasting life of drama if she deal with him. I know she named her album Am I the Drama, but it sounds like Stefon Diggs should have been naming his album Am I the Drama, because he want to dress like her. He want to fuck the same niggas that she like. He want to sit here and abuse women. He want to have multiple babies. This might be his 5th baby in a year. What are you doing? Why do you need this many kids this age? Where is the discipline? Putting on a condom, you can't do that. You can't stick to 1 or 2 women. You gotta have 5, 6. Then they all look alike. He clearly got a type. And that's the worst type to have. Not because they're bad people, but we all know them Latino women are fertile. If you have 1, in 3 years you might have 4. And that's just with 1 woman. Hey, man, so all I'm gonna say is, hey, Stefon, man, this ain't looking good for you, dog. This ain't looking good for you, dog. I hope that you can get all these situations handled. But for you to be offering to pay this woman off, you got your girlfriend Cardi B telling her, hey, this isn't a big deal. Sound to me like y'all trying to clean up the situation before it can get out to the public because you know you may have possibly fucked up. When in actuality, don't pay now. You could have just paid that woman her compensation, been a professional, and moved on. But it seems like it was a little bit more than about just a week of pay and you finishing out paying her how you were supposed to. It sounds to me like your little man gets you in trouble all the time. And maybe it sounds to me like Cardi B, because she doesn't want to look like she's with the Offset situation. She doesn't want the fans to be proven right because everybody said this man is the worst, that she's trying to stick beside you, but you ain't helping her out. You're just making this situation look worse. You're making her look worse. This is the same type of embarrassment she tried to get away from, but that's on her, man. She's a grown adult. She makes her own decisions. You seem like you are a crazy man. You don't need to be around nobody, brother. Y'all let me know what y'all think about in this situation, man. Seems like we'll know somebody. January 23rd, he might be, going to his arraignment. We'll see. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and we out, baby. Boom!
Big Just LaFlare.
It's him.